Hey, what's up guys, it's Scares here. Now our first story of today comes from the YouTuber CallMeCarson. So recently Carson has been facing some very serious allegations that he was soliciting pictures from an underage fan of his. So these allegations against Carson had come out yesterday when Keemstar posted a drama alert with an interview with two different Lunch Club members, okay? Now these guys were a part of Carson's YouTube group called Lunch Club, and a lot of these people obviously were friends and they knew each other, and what happened here is Carson had told these Lunch Club members that he was messaging this underage girl and he was sending her pictures, and he was also receiving inappropriate pictures from her. So the victim of this whole situation, that underage fan that Carson had been sending messages to, she came out yesterday and exposed the situation even further on her Twitter account. She says, grooming and the Carson situation. I can personally come out and say that I've been groomed by Carson. I've talked to many people and have never came out about this since now. At the time, I was 17 and in high school. I jokingly tweeted at Carson, "Be my boyfriend," on my old account. He didn't reply to my tweet and went straight to my DMs. I don't have old screenshots, but I have Discord messages. So these messages are from back in 2019. And Carson messages this fan saying, "I'm scared. I want to talk to you for the wrong reasons." Now she responds saying, "Elaborate." He says, "What if I want to only talk to you for the part of it? I don't want that, but like I'm worried about it. What if subconsciously I'm only talking to you because it turns me on or something?" Now the messages get pretty inappropriate here, but Carson does go on to say that his brain gets stimulated and wants more of her. But clearly Carson was very, very attracted to her because he says that he wants them to have some fun again. She responds saying, "I just don't know if I want that to be the only thing we do, you know?" He responds back saying, "Yeah, but fuck Sam, you're hard to resist." Now she responds saying, "So are you. I feel like this is all my fault. Damn." Carson responds back saying, "If anything, it's my fault because I can't control myself." So Carson clearly knows that there was an issue here, but he says that he could not control himself. There's even more messages here that shows that Carson had a very big dilemma when speaking with this person. He says, "Fucking hell, I want to, but it's a bad idea. I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared getting your hopes up or something. I'm willing to try, but it's such a bad idea. But so is you." Carson then goes on to say that we should add back on Snapchat, and she responds saying, "Sounds good to me, but like I said, I just don't want it to be sexual, you know? I wouldn't mind calling and watching shit together or playing something, you feel?" Carson responds back saying, "Yeah, I feel you. Just hit me up next time you're horny." So this has left a lot of people asking, you know, are these messages actually real? Because it just doesn't seem like this could have ever happened. Anyone that watches Carson's videos, they would not think he would do something like this. I mean, the guy doesn't look like he would hurt a fly, but some of these messages seem kind of out there for Carson to say to people. Well, Sam, the victim of this whole situation, has actually been showing proof on her Twitter account. Not only has she shown a screen recording of the conversation, but she also showed a phone recording of this conversation. And a lot of the other people in Carson's YouTube group Lunch Club have been confirming that this really did happen. Now, I personally contacted Carson about the situation. You know, I told him that I just wish it was not true and I wanted him to clear up the situation here, but he has not responded to me. So I'm assuming that Carson is making a big response in the near future to speak on everything that's happened here and all the allegations that are against him. Now, another member of Carson's YouTube group, the Lunch Club, known as Slimecicle, recently came out with his statement on this whole situation just this morning. He says, recently two former Lunch Club members publicly alleged that Carson had been engaged in illegal activity with minors. To be clear, targeting a minor for grooming, other inappropriate or unwanted sexual advances is illegal and particularly disgusting if the person doing it is a YouTuber who has taken advantage of their fame to exploit young fans. My heart goes out to all of those who have been victims. I'm sorry you went through that and encourage you to tell someone about it and get the help that you need. In an early 2020 phone call, Carson told all the Lunch Club members and our group manager that he had exchanged news with an unnamed girl he believed to be 17. Because I had suspected a crime had been committed, I immediately reported this information to federal law enforcement, cut all ties with Carson, and withdrew completely from Lunch Club. Although the Lunch Club manager had asked about a final March drop or goodbye video, I refused these because I no longer wanted to be associated with Carson or the Lunch Club. For all those asking why I did not speak publicly about these issues at the time, this is not drama. This is an alleged federal felony involving a child. As soon as I knew about this, I took every step to protect the unnamed victim and report the information I had to authorities. A crime should be treated as a crime. If you or any loved ones are in a similar situation, I strongly encourage you to take similar action and report it to the relevant authorities. No person should ever have to be the victim of something like this. So something that we have to mention in this situation is that Carson was actually pretty young at the time. Okay, this underage fan was 17 years old and Carson himself was 19. And the streamer known as Destiny was actually one of the first people to point this out on a stream. Just watch this.
I can personally come out and say that I've been groomed by Carson. I have talked to many people at the time, never came out since at the time I was still 17 in high school. Okay, these conversations happened in January, February, March, April of 2019. How old was Carson? was 19. Was he 19? It wasn't even his birthday. He wasn't even 20. 19-year-old grooming a 17-year-old? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Now, the YouTuber and streamer Critical was reading out this whole situation on his stream today, and he said here that he does not think it's pedophilia to be in a 19 and 17-year-old relationship. Now, people took this clip of Critical out of context, and they actually tried to expose him for saying this stuff on his stream. One person tweeted about this saying, "It makes me so sad seeing one of my favorite content creators, Critical, defending illegal possession of these child pictures and minor grooming. It is illegal. Fuck you guys for defending him." Now, Critical responded to this morning saying, "Twitter is some special kind of evil. I never said anything like that. In a 30-second stream clip of the first 2 tweets I read, I said it's not pedophilia to be in a 19 and 17-year-old relationship. That's literally the same grade in high school." Now, it looks like even the victim herself has come out and said here that she does not believe that Carson is an actual pedophile. She says, "After watching Keemstar's new video, I realized I was in the wrong for calling Carson a pedophile. I used the wrong word in the wrong context and would like to apologize. I'm sorry if I offended or hurt anyone by using the word incorrectly. This still doesn't justify his actions though. I deeply apologize." So people are still very upset with Carson over this whole situation because they feel like there was a huge power imbalance between Carson and this girl. Now, even Keemstar himself came out today and made a Twitter video saying that he does not believe Carson is an actual pedophile. Just watch this.
There are a lot of people out there, calling Carson a pedophile, calling him a pedo, and cracking jokes. And, that's just kind of the way the internet is. But I think it's my responsibility to speak on this based on the evidence that I have seen. Carson is not a pedophile. Carson is not into little kids. And the scenario that's been put forth that I've seen and the allegations that I've seen, there was a situation where Carson was 19, the girl was 17. In all 3 of these scenarios, and again, I don't know if any of them are true, Carson wouldn't be a pedophile. This is like a Romeo Juliet type of thing. They're only a couple years apart from each other. The problem in these scenarios is that, according to Carson himself and the post that he made on his Discord, he exchanged nudes with people that are under the age of 18. And when you do that, that is a crime. That is a felony. That is a fucking crime. You can't do that shit. Seen also people talk about the power dynamic, and there's a lot of debate around that. I agree. Like, if you're a YouTuber and you have fans that look up to you and they'll do anything for you, and then you go to those underage fans and start soliciting nudes, no matter how old you are, where it's when you're soliciting the nudes, it's a crime. I think that's a fucked up situation, right?
So this is definitely a huge story right now. We have contacted Carson about this. I really hope he does respond sometime soon so we can let you guys know his statement on the whole situation. Now, our next story of today comes from the YouTuber known as Corpse Husband. So if you don't know, Corpse Husband recently talked about how he has a chronic illness, okay? So he's actually very, very sick, and apparently this illness has been getting worse, and he recently went on a stream and said here that he might not be able to even stream anymore because of how bad this illness is going to get. Just watch this.
Yeah. I don't know about the whole streamer thing. Like with my illnesses, like sitting on my computer and being able to play certain games and everything, like I don't think I'm physically capable. Like in the future, I already stream like once or twice a week as is. Like I don't know how people, I'm not capable. All these other people are able to play every day and play different games and stream every day, but I like literally couldn't do that if I wanted to. Like when I left that raft game, like I was sitting there with like an eye patch on, my whole arm is numb, like I'm bleeding out the nose, and I'm just playing video games. Like
I can hear.
It shouldn't be. I don't think that's something I can like do for a long time. Whereas, like music, something I've always like innately loved doing, and it's something that I'm physically capable of doing until my voice gives out. But
so this has led many fans to share their support for Corpse Husband here. I mean, it is a very sad situation when you stop and think about it. But our final story of today comes from the FaZe Clan. So FaZe Clan is one of the top, if not the top gaming team out there. And one of the owners of FaZe Clan is FaZe Banks. And recently, FaZe Banks actually had a huge party thrown for him on New Year's Eve, okay? And everyone in this party was maskless. They weren't wearing face masks during this big pandemic that we have. And this made a lot of people very upset with them. Slasher tweeted out saying, "That's not very FaZe up of Banks, to spread COVID like this. Now, many creators have been responding to this, making jokes about it, saying that this was just messed up, that they were partying during this whole pandemic, but there has been some people responding here saying that it is not that big a deal. And the massive YouTuber Jacksepticeye responded saying some of the replies to this tweet are also really scary. And that's it for our video tonight, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you later. Peace.